Brian sits at his work desk. The economic downturn of 2008 had caught the small shop he ran with his father entirely by surprise. A few short months before, the shop's customers were flying high, expanding and planning for the future. The downturn was so sudden that the shop's business had gone from barely being able to keep up to 0 orders. The writing was on the wall that the economic downturn would last perhaps longer than the shop could survive. In that context, Brian began to research the job market. The research showed that most jobs found are through contacts you already have. So, after weeks of writing and rewriting his resume, he attached it to an email addressed to Jerry, a friend he had known since school days many years ago. Knowing that Jerry himself had gotten his position with the company through the recommendation of a third party, he clicked the send button. In his email, he asked Jerry for assistance in getting the resume viewed by the company's human resources department. With shock and a heavy heart, he regarded the return email. Reading the reasons given for why he does not belong at the company and why he should apply at other companies, he recalls Jerry in the past, telling him that he was the kind of friend that would get him at 2 a.m. if he needed assistance. Not long after being cut off at the knees by Jerry, the shop received an email asking if the shop is hiring. Brian, knowing job hunting is a gut-wrenching experience, responds to the request. He explains the shop is not hiring and then expresses his compassion to the job searcher on his job search. Weeks later, Brian looked up from his computer on the shop floor to see a stranger walking from the office to greet him. The stranger introduced himself as Jonathan and explained that he had sent an email weeks earlier about job opportunities. What he had to say next humbled Brian. He explained that out of all the job search emails he had sent out, Brian was the only one to respond. He went on to say he stopped in to say thank you in person for the kind email. After Jonathan had left, Brian turned his attention back to his computer, with his mind trying to process the disparity in outcomes between the 2 job search requests. Twice he had been humbled, but for 2 entirely different reasons.